Hey everyone, welcome to Kempner Sports. My name is Trev, and I'm so glad that you're here. I got this backwards. So glad that you're here. Hope that you're doing well. So excited about this weekend's games. Wow. Like, if you are a fan of the NFL, of football, what else could you really want, right? What else could you really want, everyone? Fantastic weekend of football. And if you watch my predictions video, my AFC NFC Championship games, I was 2-0. I was 2-0 as I picked the Chiefs and the 49ers. Now, granted, I was cheering for the Chiefs and the Lions, but I was in a dilemma. As you can see, I'm a Green Bay Packers fan. See, I got all kinds of Green Bay stuff. I'm a huge Green Bay Packers fan. So I was in this major dilemma in all these games. First of all, if we go NFC Championship game, who do you cheer for? I mean, the Lions, the Lions are division rivals. You know what I mean? And then the 49ers have been beating us down in the playoffs for years, and it's just been frustrating. I think we're 0-5 recently. And so it's hard to cheer for either team, but you got to kind of pick a horse that's in the race, and you got to go with one. And just because it still stings that they beat us, I leaned with the Lions. And if you saw my picture that I posted today, I posted a picture of me. I'll post it in the comments here, or in the thing. But me with different jerseys on. People are angry at me because I'm a Packers fan. Let me just download it and send it to you guys. That one's probably the good one right there. So I'll just download this and put it up here. But so 2-0, hard to pick either team. And then if you went for the Baltimore side, I know a lot of people were cheering for Baltimore, wanting Baltimore in. And I just kind of at the place where it's like it was difficult to choose because I'm kind of getting annoyed a little bit with the Kelsey and Taylor Swift stuff, but at the same time, appreciate them at the same time. So it was kind of hard. You know, it was kind of hard to decide what I want to do. Now, I do have a lot of Chiefs friends, fans. I think I only have one or two Ravens friends. And so I sided with the Chiefs, and you know that I picked them. So yeah, it's just one of those days and one of those things, right? So what do you do with all this kind of stuff? But I'll show you this picture in just a moment here. I'll get to the downloads and grab it, and I'll show you what I was sporting today. I even wore it to church, and had a few people saying that I was confused, and then they were saying, well, this is what I would have done. This is who I'm cheering for. So I have a Barry Sanders Lions jersey, so I wore that with a Kansas City hat that one of my Kansas City friends posted, and so these are the two teams I was cheering for. So anyways, 2-0, pretty happy about that. I was 3-1 last week. I actually picked the Bills to beat the Chiefs. So, but I do want to get into the live recap of these two games, and I'd love for you to post in the comments what you thought about the games. And I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna dive into because if you think about two great games, both with one score, both are one score games, right? But I want to post in the comments who was the biggest disappointment during these AFC NFC Championship games. Post it in the comments. It would be really great. And also, if you haven't been following me yet on X, which is Twitter, follow me at RevTrevK, and then YouTube and Facebook, both are under Kempner Sports. So so I'm excited to talk about these games, and it's wild. And we're going to talk about the Super Bowl today as well. So I want to get your comments about the Super Bowl as well. So I'm glad that everyone's here watching these, but put in the comments who was the biggest disappointment during these AFC NFC Championship games. And like I said, incredible games to watch. A lot of fun to watch these games. So we'll just get into the stuff. I should close this first. Yeah, there I am. Good. Let's get into first and foremost. Let's go to the ones the most fresh. Let's do this one, okay? So we'll do the NFC, and I'll shut down this so that it's not annoying us on the bottom at the moment. And so 49ers 43, the Detroit Lions 31. I think a lot of America was cheering for Detroit. They felt bad for them. They, had never won a Super Bowl. Have they ever been to the Super Bowl? I can't even remember. They are the team that was 0-16, right? So if you think about that, if you think about this 0-16 team, the story, Detroit's had a rough go with this team over the years. I think a lot of people were cheering for them. Obviously, the favorites were the 49ers. That's why I just knew that the 49ers were a better overall team. But boy, the Lions came out to play. They were hungry. They were amazing. They were fun to watch. They've been great all year. They have been great all year, everyone. And so I just was really, really impressed with of what happened in this game. But I don't know about you, but a lot of us, including me, I don't know if I thought for sure, but a lot of people thought at halftime when Detroit was up 24-7 that the game was over. Now, I think a lot of people were frustrated and annoyed and thinking in their minds like, okay, this is not what I was hoping for. This is going to be a blowout, all that kind of stuff, right? But I felt like, I always say in the NFL, you have to just wait. You just have to wait to see the halftime adjustments. And that's exactly what happened here tonight, was you needed to watch the half. And the halftime adjustments were amazing by the 49ers, stopping the Lions. Whatever they were doing in the first half did not work in the second half. So it was really, really incredible to see. So that was a real surprise. And then and then in the second half, Debo and Ayuk and CMC were absolutely amazing. Their defense picked up. Bosa was getting to Goff, all over the place. These guys were great. Big question, I think, is should have Dan Campbell chosen to kick the field goal instead of go for it? They are 0 for 2 on fourth downs, which is devastating in a football game. And that just reminds me, Andy's in here, and he said craziest takes now are the fans saying Campbell needs to be fired. I mean, that is crazy, Andy. And that's why it's like he didn't kick the field goal. So then, that's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying is maybe he should be fired. That's crazy talk. That is crazy talk. One of the best coaches in the league, aggressive style. You either love it or hate it. It's either a win or a loss. It's usually that moment. Now, everyone said it's been with them all year. It's worked for them all year. Well, it hasn't really. There was about 3 games, and now in the biggest game of the year, it didn't work. Right? So I'm not overly, I don't agree that Dan Campbell went for those. He should not have gone for those. He should not. He should have done that against my Packers. They lost. One of the reasons why they lost the game when they went for it on fourth and faked the punt and got stuffed by our Packers. So I don't think he should have. I think he should have just kicked the field goal. But the aggressive play, a lot of people said that's why they got there, because they played aggressive. I mean, the reason I got there was because they played aggressive and executed. But when you don't, I'm sorry, but it was the wrong call. But that's just my personal opinion. I'd love for you to post in the comments what your personal opinion was about that. And then there was a lot of criticism. Let's just be honest. Jared Goff had a ton of pressure on him, but he's been to the Super Bowl before. Brock Purdy has not. He had played at an MVP level for part of the year, but then struggled, and people were really second guessing and saying, hey, can this kid get them to the Super Bowl, win them a championship? And I think Purdy made the difference, guys. I think Purdy made the difference. He was dynamic with his legs. He did enough with his arm to keep this game going. Yes, they got a fluky catch with Ayuk, but sometimes you need a little bit of luck to keep on winning. So I was really impressed with Purdy. Might not have been the most pretty, but it was enough to get them the win. And so congrats to Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers. Congrats to the fan base. Now, just quickly talking about the Lions before we get into the Chiefs and Ravens conversation is, here's the thing. I know how it feels to lose these big games. It's super disappointing, and it stings for a while. So I just want to let you guys know that it's tough. It's tough, and I understand. As a Packers fan, been there. Games that you thought you should have won. In fact, we thought we were there with the 49ers last week and was really disappointed we weren't playing the Lions this week. So I get it. I understand. I'm excited for your fans and your fan base. This is a very good team. I do think the NFC North is going to be a lot better next year. So there's no guarantees. This was your shot. And not that you don't have a shot next year or the year after. I still think this is a good team to contend for a while. But there's also, the Packers' future is bright. I think the Bears will be better next year. And I also think the Vikings, depending on what they do at quarterback, will be back as well. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But that's going to sting that you guys were up 24-7 and you lost the game. I mean, up by 17. You should be closing that out. But give the credit to the 49ers, all right? Let's give the credit to the 49ers. Okay, now let's talk about this one, which wasn't high scoring like the last one. But it was a one-score game, and Baltimore made it a game at the end. So I felt like almost everyone was picking Baltimore to win this game. Now, it made sense, and in my video, I was struggling with this one because Baltimore has been the best team in the NFL until this point, and they've blown out great teams like the Dolphins, and then they'd already beaten Seattle. They'd already landslide Seattle. They already beat the 49ers. They already beat the Lions. And so I was thinking if Baltimore made the Super Bowl, they were going to win it. They were not my Super Bowl pick. The 49ers were my end of the season, walking into the playoffs. I was picking the 49ers to win. But I was thinking if they place Baltimore, they've already lost like 33-19 against them. Brock Purdy, I think, he had 4 interceptions, and so I'm not sure if they can pull it off. But if it's someone else, maybe the 49ers can do it. Now, I'll bring my prediction video out soon, but that's going to come this week. So make sure you're staying tuned. Make sure you like and subscribe, so make sure you see that. I just want to give a shout out to my friend Vlad Impaler. He's a diehard Chiefs fan. I think of John, who's a diehard Chiefs fan. My friend Sandra, she's a diehard Chiefs fan. This is a big win for you guys. Congratulations, guys and girls. And then James, you're a huge Chiefs fan as well. I just want to give you congratulations on this. Now, I mean, Baltimore should have won, right? They've blown out so many teams this year. They've literally blown out so many teams. Everything was there. The people were healthy. But like there were some weird plays, like when Roquan Smith dived into, just smashed into the O-line. And I understand, like he wanted to, I don't know what the strategy was there perfectly, but getting a personal foul was brutal. Like that was a huge epic fail, right? And just a reminder, if we go back to what's the biggest disappointment of the AFC NFC Championship games, I won't say it was that, but that was a pretty big deal in my opinion. That was weird. That was really weird. But so why did I pick Kansas City over Baltimore? Well, 5 AFC championships in a row, that helps. Obviously this was the biggest difference, and let me just bring it up here. I believed that the experience of the Chiefs would beat the talent of the Ravens. And that's where I think a lot of people didn't like. They were like, no, Trev, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be like that at all, right? And it's their year. It's going to be different, And at the end of the day, no one was giving the Chiefs D enough credit, and I think they're really, really good. I'm going to show you a stat that I had in my last video that nobody really knows, or didn't talk about enough. At the end of the season, the Chiefs were the number 2 defense in the NFL. The number 2 defense in the NFL. If you would have said the Ravens were, a lot of you would be like, yeah, absolutely. The Ravens had the better defense, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't that case. And you saw the Chiefs D come to play, shut down one of the best offenses in the entire, if not the best offense in the entire NFL, right? That was impressive, everyone. That was absolutely impressive. And then it just made us go, Lamar Jackson, wow. Wow, he did not produce. He was not good enough. I tweeted out tonight that, like, is Justin Fields just like, or sorry, is Lamar Jackson just like Justin Fields in disguise or something like that? It's like, I'm just trying to see, like, I'm going to bring it up here just so I make sure I say that right. Lions are hungry. Yeah, so I said, is that Lamar Jackson out there or Justin Fields? Because it's like Justin Fields was the guy who kept messing it up at the end in the that interception at the end was terrible. There were so many times where I felt like he could have ran the ball, but he threw it instead. He was so off tonight compared to now. I think a lot of that is granted to the Chiefs defense and granted to their lack of experience in those big games. So that's just my personal opinion. Jason, welcome to the stream. Ravens offense played horrible today, but their defense played out. I agree with that statement. But would you say, Jason, that the Ravens offense played horrible today because the Chiefs defense played great? Because that's what I would say. That was absolutely what I would say. So, yeah, I mean, that's just nuts what happened like there. It was absolutely insane how that worked. Any comments about the game other than that? I mean, that was pretty amazing that the Chiefs came in and just won that game and really, like, on the road, hadn't won on the road in those. They'd won when they were in at home in the AFC Championship games, but never on the road. And they've got a chance now to win back-to-back Super Bowls, everyone. Back-to-back Super Bowls. Are you kidding me right now? This is amazing. And so let's transition to that. Post in the comments, what do you think the Super Bowl is going to be? Not just teams, but what do you think? Who do you think is going to win? What do you think the score is going to be? I would love to. I'm going to make a video this week with my predictions. I think both these teams deserve to be there. They're both fantastic. I think this is going to be a good Super Bowl. Man, this is impressive. I think this is really, really impressive. And this is the question I'm asking you, Jason. Who do you got winning the Super Bowl? Niners or Chiefs? And he goes, I think that the Niners will win the Super Bowl. Cool. Jason, post in the comments, what do you think the score will be as well? So I like your bold take. I mean, I can see it going either way at this stage. I just want to do a little bit more research before I do a lot more predictions there. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, a lot of people, like non-football fans, they're showing up to see Usher and all the entertainment and all that stuff. Apparently, Taylor Swift is coming back. She's got flights that are gonna work out for her. She's got the time frame to come back and be at the Super Bowl. So that's always the other circus that always happens. Whenever you stream, you just got to have some H2O, right? Some water, some aqua. So keep yourself hydrated. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the run game of the 49ers against this Chiefs defense. I'm also looking forward to the run game of the Chiefs. I like Pacheco. I like Pacheco. He's really good. He's really good. Obviously, it's still amazing to me how this Chiefs offense continues to click without Tyreek Hill. Like, without Tyreek Hill, win a Super Bowl, go back to a Super Bowl, maybe win a second one in a row. Like, that is mind-blowing to me. I don't know how you girls feel about watching this video and thinking about that. Also, just back to the Kansas City Ravens game, that MVS catch at the end. Now, that's 2 games in a row for him. being a Packers fan, and lots of Chiefs fans would say that they've watched him drop too many passes, right? So at the at the end of the day, that was a monster. Now, Travis Kelce was absolutely stellar today. The catches he made, that was it a fourth down, that one where he dived across the middle and Mahomes had thrown that lame duck pass, across his body the other way. But then there was other times where his route running was excellent. The touchdown pass that he caught was stellar. Wow. Kelce, in my opinion, is the greatest tight end in the NFL that we've ever seen. He is going to be considered the GOAT. His stats that he put up today were, and had put up in the playoffs, he's a playoff performer. He's a difference maker. And really fun to watch him play that way. Now, it is annoying that almost every single catch he gets, they show Taylor. But I understand she's kind of a big deal. And Swifties, there's so many Swifties out there. So I'm not a Taylor Swift hater. It's just I find that after a while, it's like, okay. Yeah, we get it. She's there, right? But a lot of people are watching the game and wanting to see her. Excuse me. Yeah, so I think it's really interesting to see this matchup. It should be really, really interesting to see what's going to happen. The 49ers, I mean, they've got a legit D as well. So hopefully we'll see a really good matchup. And, of course, defense wins championships. So I think whoever plays better defensively will probably win. But that at the same time, whatever offense learns how to score on defense, that's a huge deal as well. And maybe there's going to be a special teams play that's going to shift the game as well. Now, I do want to just go back really quickly back to this game, because I do want to ask your question. There were a couple of questionable calls, and it seems like Kansas City, and a lot of people accuse Green Bay of this, they get the questionable calls going their way, right? Now, they did get the call on Mahomes when he got hit right in the face. It looked like he got punched in the helmet, the face mask. They got that one. But the pass interference, they missed. They totally missed that. Unlikely. I don't know why they didn't call that one. There were a couple other ones that were really disappointing to watch. So not sure how you all felt about it, but post in the comments what you thought. Did you feel like it was in Kansas City's favor? It was just like, oh, that's just part of the game, and it is what it is. So I just think at the end of the day, you got to sometimes overcome the opponent and the refs, and it seems like a lot of the opponents sometimes have to do both the Chiefs and the refs. So I know there's always controversy that people post it on social media, like, how's this not a foul or holding, or they can't get everything right, but they get a lot right. And so that's good. So, but in regards to the AFC, NFC Super Bowl, guys, I just think, like, at the end of the day, I wonder if the refs are going to be a factor, and I hope they aren't. I really hope they aren't. But, that's kind of how I'm feeling about it. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. It's going to be, I think, February 11th, Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be a fantastic day. Are you doing parties at your house? Do you go to a big gathering? I know some, like, churches host big parties, or some people host these huge gatherings. But I'm just going to do, I think we're just doing one at my house. I always do a big, huge Super Bowl party. It's a huge deal for me. So, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm going to be doing. And I wish you could invite everyone here on to the house to watch it with me. But obviously, you'd have to travel really, really far away to be able to do that. So, yeah, anyways, I just really appreciate each one of you coming here, watching this, and being a part of my stream. Please make sure you're a part of this so you can get the Super Bowl, my Super Bowl prediction. I'm going to do a Super Bowl video this week, and looking forward to seeing these two team battle. And yeah, and if I missed anything, please post it in the comments. I'd love to read it and respond. But I do want to thank you for coming out and being a part of this stream. I'm pumped about the playoffs. I'm pumped about this season. It was a great year. And I'm just going to leave you now. And thanks so much. Oh, wait a minute. Before we do that, Chemo, thank you for coming, my friend. Great show, brother. Yeah, great show. Thanks so much, my friend. Oh, Ed, we got the big Chiefs 28, 49ers 38. Woo, 10-point win. Jason says, good. That I like that. That's bold. That's bold. Now, I do think like it might be a little high scoring because both those defenses are quite good. I'm going to have my score probably a lot lower, more like in the low 20s probably or early teens. That's what I think is going to happen. But if you think about the Chiefs shutting down the offense of the Ravens, that's a big deal, guys. They put up 56 points against the Dolphins this year, 56. Like this was a good offense, right? So yeah, anyways, thanks everyone for stopping by, and hope you have a good one. And please like and subscribe and share this with your friends. Oh, wait a minute. One more in. Perfect. Patty needs to win so he can be the new final boss as Brady hung them up. You know what? I was saying that. I think that's a big deal, and I'm going to post that in my next video because I don't think people are giving Mahomes enough credit. I know that sounds great. Now the announcers are. It's insane how much they talk about Mahomes, but I do think that this would solidify a lot more of the legacy of Mahomes. And there's a lot to Mahomes. Like his rookie year, wasn't his rookie year? Didn't he throw like 50 touchdowns? It was like insane, right? So yeah, I think Perfect, you need to, and of course, Impaler would agree with that as a Chiefs fan as well. So yeah, everyone, I hope that you have a great day, and I'm calling it a night. And even though I'm a Packers fan, I got tons of content coming out, so make sure you like and subscribe. Have a great evening, and so thankful that you showed up and you're a part of the stream. Have a good night.
Represent. There we go. What?